This is IBM Museum with the PS2 Mul 65SX fully built at this point. I've decided to run the System Information tool on it. It is a supported model. Just want to briefly have a video that I can run through. And this is the patched version of the System Information tool. Running that from the diskette. Okay. All the credits where the credit is due. Okay. And our initial screen arranged in alphabetical order. We're going to go through the adapter information first. There is listings for the adapters that we have on this system, the two adapters of the memory expansion adapter. And that is a fully recognized adapter that's on that list of support adapters. And no adapters otherwise installed from slots 2 to 7. Disk information. Hard disk by drive letter. Logical drives installed. Okay. And this hard drive, I've not been able to access it, even booting from a regular DOS floppy. It just tells me invalid drive. So it's not prepped. There's something I announced intentions to go through and view that on another host. In fact, this might even be handy for running the System Information. IFS. So boot manager partition and an IFS partition. Interesting. The boot manager partition being about a megabyte in size. OS2 20.0. Okay. I don't know if I pulled this drive from another system, I wouldn't think I would have done something that so if we could get that system booting, and by no means am I an OS2 expert, maybe someone that understands OS2 a little bit more can tell me what we're looking at there. There's the Diskette Drive. So it was handy to run the System Information tool to at least see what was installed. I'm kind of flipping through that pretty quick, but this is looks to be the pretty standard information. And this the system is not supported for that nice list of the SIM that are supported on the system. And our memory mapping, and we can scroll down through. Miscellaneous technical information. I guess I can read. It's a little bit easier seeing the lime green screen tonight of the second interrupt chip is present. Real-time clock is present. Wait on external event is unsupported. Extended BIOS data area is allocated. System has a microchannel bus. DMA supports 24-bit address space. Keyboard functionality call supported. Return POS data call supported. Return memory map call supported. Enable, disable, processor functions call unsupported. 8042 keyboard controller in system. Data streaming is unsupported. SCSI subsystem not present on the system board. That's not including that adapter that we have there. Information panel is not installed. This is not an IML system. And SCSI support is not in the IML image. Mouse information. I have a mouse attached but no driver installed. That's what for it to find the mouse, it has to have a driver installed. Okay, operating system information. And that DOS 6.22 being on the diskette drive. Diskette that we have in the drive. Okay, model and processor information. So it does fully recognize this as a PS2 Model 65SX. Tells the processor the speed in megahertz, and then it has that coprocessor that I put on the planar. Model of F8. Submodel of 1C, BIOS revision of 00, the BIOS ROM date of February the 8th, 1990. So that's kind of neat. We're pretty close to 31 years after this BIOS was made for this. And this is 1990. This is pretty late in the game for a 3D6SX based system at 16 megahertz. And remember, the 46 CPUs are starting to come out in 1989. And that's why the IBM put the Tribble SCSI adapter and the XGA video on the system. Besides probably getting rid of a little bit of a surplus of those boards, but just to enhance the performance a little bit more. And system board, POS ID of E3FF. That's being the so-called planar ID. Parallel and serial port information. Remember, it just shows you the number of ports, doesn't show any more detail to the modes or anything else. SCSI information, the SCSI controller, that Tribble, being in slot 8. And the various parameters to how that board is, the adapter is configured. And the fixed disk drive that we are not able to access. Okay. It beeped at me. It says, nope, I don't like you pressing the key. I have no more information to show. Okay, and lastly, video information. And just showing that basic VGA in this case, without us having any other video on this system. Just that planar VGA. So, that is the system information tool as on a 65SX. If you've liked this video, please click on that like button. And by all means, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. But that's all I have for now. This is IBM Museum. Thank you.